Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. So today we're going to go through a grounding flow. And so we will be moving around, doing some standing postures, doing some sitting postures, and we're just going to have fun. So starting in a comfortable seat, we're going to take and place our left hand down on the mat. Nice big inhale. Right arm rises up and over. Go ahead and bend the arm down, and then expand, lengthening through the spine as you lengthen that arm out. Crunching the arm down, and then extend. One last time. Go ahead and bring that right hand down. Left arm's going to come up and over. Exhale, bending the elbow. Inhale, straighten. Reading down through the sits bones. Exhale, bend the elbow. Inhale, lengthen. One last time. Exhale. Inhale. Hold and breathe. Inhale, come back up to center. Bringing the hands back to heart space center. Nice big inhale. Sweeping the arms all the way up to the sky. And then bringing the hands back into prayer. Rooting down through the sits bones, sweeping the arms all the way up. Hands back in prayer as you exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Nice big inhale. Lengthening the spine all the way up to the sky. Exhale. One last time. Exhale. Go ahead and bring the left hand to the right knee, and the right hand's just behind the right hip. Lengthening up through the spine here as we twist towards that right leg. Nice big inhale, arms come back up to center. Exhale, twisting over towards the left this time. Coming back to center, we're going to make our way to our hands and knees. So once you get onto your hands and knees, go ahead and take your wrist and bring it underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Nice big inhale, extending the belly down towards the earth. Exhale, pressing and arching the spine up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Pressing the spine away from the floor. All right, bringing the spine back into a neutral tabletop position. We're going to tuck our toes under, and then you're going to press the hips all the way up and back, pushing the heels down towards the mat, hands into the earth. Hold and breathe. Nice big inhale, right leg rises. Go ahead and bend the knee, allowing the foot to drop behind. The hip to open. Exhale, bringing the knee in towards the chest, and then placing the foot in between the hands. Pressing through that front foot, we're going to rise all the way up, and then just go ahead and place that left hand on the right knee. Really reaching up with the right hand. Bringing the left hand up to meet the right. We're going to press off with the back foot, pressing into that front leg. And then go ahead and bring the left up to meet the right. So once we are standing at the top of our mat, we're going to go ahead and bring the big toes to touch, leaving a small gap in between the heels. Go ahead and hug the knees in towards each other, sitting down in our imaginary chair, pulling the belly button up and in towards the spine. Extend the arms up all the way to the sky. And here, we're going to add a little bit of fun. So we're going to pulse. So going up and down, you should feel it in your quads. 2 more times. Inhale, pressing through the feet, lengthen through the spine, coming into a slight back bend, reaching those hands towards the back of the mat. Bringing the hands back to heart space center. Nice big inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up. And then as you exhale, bringing the hands down to the ground. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, bringing the hands to the shin. Exhale, releasing the hands back down. And then walking the feet back. Gently bringing the knees down to the mat, followed by the heart. Pressing through the hands, pulling the elbows into the sides. Lengthen the spine up and peel the heart away from the floor. Cobra. Exhale, release. Bringing the big toes to touch. Press ourselves all the way up and back. Child's pose. Crawling those fingertips forward. Coming all the way back up into a tabletop position. We're going to press through the hands, tuck the toes under, press up, bring the hips back. Hold and breathe. Nice big inhale, left leg rises this time. As you exhale, allow the knee to bend and the foot to come behind, allowing that hip to open. Exhale, bringing the knee in towards the heart and planting the foot in between the hands. We're going to press through, down into the earth, and then rise all the way up. Bringing the right hand to the left knee and extending the left arm all the way up to the sky. Hold and breathe. And then reaching that right arm up to meet the left. We're going to come forward into that warrior pose. You can always tap the foot if needed. And then releasing the right down to meet the left. Bringing the big toes to touch. And once we've got our big toes touching, leaving that small gap in between the heels, we're going to hug the knees in towards each other, pulling the belly button up and in towards the spine. Sit down in your imaginary chair. And, of course, we're going to begin to pulse. 2, 4, 6, 8. Nice big inhale. Press down into the floor. Lengthen through the spine, reaching the hands back towards the back of the mat. Exhale. Bringing the hands back down. Forward fold. Inhale, bringing the hands to the shins. Exhale, releasing back down into our forward fold. Stepping it back. Coming into plank. Gently release down the knees. Bringing the big toes to touch and then taking it all the way back. Child's pose. Coming all the way back up, tabletop position, tucking the toes under, pressing down through the hands. Go ahead and take yourself back, downward facing dog. Nice big inhale, right leg rises. As you exhale, bringing the right foot or right knee in towards the chest and placing the foot in between the hands. Nice big inhale, we're going to rise all the way up and then rotate open, warrior two. So in warrior two, you should be able to, with that front leg bent, see just the big toe. Our gaze is just over the pointer finger. Core is engaged. Shoulders are pulled down away from the ears. Spine is nice and long. Go ahead and come back into that high lunge. So rotating that left arm up and over to meet the right. Now we're going to make our way forward into staff's pose. So pressing through that front leg, making our way all the way up to standing staff with a knee bent, foot at 90 degree. So foot is flexed. And then you're going to take and you're going to either plant the foot. I'm going to turn so you can see. So you're going to either plant the foot above the knee, so the heel is above the knee, or below the knee, not on the knee joint. Hold and breathe. Rooting down through that right foot, pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Hold and breathe. And then go ahead and release that left leg down. Nice big inhale, arms sweep all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, hinging forward from the hips, coming down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, releasing the hands back down to the ground, stepping back into a plank, and then gently releasing down the knees, bringing the big toes to touch, and sailing the hips back, coming into child's pose. Coming back up into our tabletop position, tucking the toes under, pressing up and back, downward facing dog, pushing those heels down, lengthening through the legs and the spine. Nice big inhale, left leg rises. As you exhale, bringing that knee in towards the chest and placing the foot in between the hands. Pressing through that foot, we're going to go ahead and rise, rotating open, warrior two. So coming open into warrior two, remembering that we should just be able to see that big toe in front of the knee. Our gaze is over our pointer finger, and our spine is pulled up and in. Our belly button, is pulled up and in. Sweeping that right arm over, coming into a high lunge. And then we're going to do that fun transition, so coming up into standing staff, so pressing off with the back foot, rooting down through that left foot, raising the knee and bending the knee, flexing that foot, and then coming into tree pose. So go ahead and bring the heel into the thigh or the calf, hands at heart space center. If you always want a challenge, go ahead and allow your tree to bloom. Hold and breathe. Find that focal point. Go ahead and release down that right foot. Nice big inhale, arms come all the way up to the sky, and then as you exhale, bringing the hands back down to the earth, forward fold, lengthening through the spine, hinging from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back into plank. And then gently release the knees down, bringing the big toes to touch. Taking the hips back towards the heels. Going into our final child's pose. Coming back up into a tabletop position, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Taking a nice big inhale, pushing the heart forward. Exhale, pressing the spine up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Coming into a tabletop position, we're going to go ahead and swing our legs around now. So firmly planting the feet down, leaving our knees nice and bent. We're going to take our hands and place them just behind the hips. On the next big inhale, we're going to sail those hips up towards the sky, pressing through the hands, coming into a reverse tabletop. So taking a nice big inhale, press through the feet, driving the hips all the way up. Hold and breathe. Hold. 2, 4, 6, 8. Release, bringing the hips back down. Extending the legs out nice and long. Flexing through the heels, driving the heels out to the wall in front of us. Go ahead and take and place the hands down by the sides. Lengthen the spine up by pulling the belly button up and in. Release the shoulders down away from the ears. And just taking a moment to sit in Dandasana or staff pose. Really feeling the activation on the back of the hamstrings as they are pressing down into the mat. And just hold and breathe. And then release. Allow the feet to release. We're going to go ahead and pull the legs in, bringing the feet to touch. Taking and placing our right hand just behind the right hip, go ahead and bring your left hand to your right knee. Lengthen up through the spine. Pressing the soles of the feet in towards each other. Coming back to center, opposite side. So bringing the right hand to the left knee, pressing down through the left hand. Lengthen up through the spine. Coming back to center, go ahead and take the legs out nice and long. Coming into Dandasana one more time. So go ahead and drive the heels forward, activating the backs of the hamstrings, pulling the belly button up and in, lengthen up through the spine, and relax the shoulders down the back. Hold and breathe. Continue to hold. You're doing great. And then nice big inhale. Go ahead and release. Arms come up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, hinging from the hips, coming forward, either bringing the hands to the shins, the ankles, or the feet. Coming into that forward fold. Beginning our slow down and our cool down for Shavasana. Go ahead and come back up. We're going to make our way down to our backs this time. So coming down onto your back. Once you are on your back, I keep losing my headband, that's okay. Once you are on your back, we're going to go ahead and press our feet, which are hip width apart, down into the floor. And our hands are down by our sides. Go ahead and press those into the floor as well. Nice big inhale. We're going to lift the hips off the mat, coming into bridge pose. Hold and breathe. Exhale, release. Pulling the belly button in, or pulling the knees in towards the chest. Go ahead and either rock side to side, or you can hold statically. And then just release, letting the legs come out nice and long. Bringing the arms out to the sides. Taking a nice big inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, just allowing the body to soften down into the ground. Allowing all your muscles to release with each breath. Just taking a moment to turn your attention inward. Now you're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. Whenever you're ready to come out, just go ahead and start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. And begin to deepen the breath. And then roll over onto your side, using your arm to support your head. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and press yourself up to a comfortable seat. So once you're in a comfortable seat, just take a minute to close your eyes, bringing your hands to your knees, taking a few big, deep breaths. This concludes today's practice. Thank you for joining me and sharing yours with me. The light in me honors and sees the light in you.